the most, you're in the most, but I can't front. I still want your clothes, I want your clothes, I want your clothes even when you're doing the most, doing the most, doing the most, but I can't front. I still want your clothes, I want your clothes even when you're
Our next guest is a powerhouse strategist and creative leader who has been helping entrepreneurs and brands discover their voice and amplify their impact. Tonight, she'll also share with us how technology and AI can empower us to compete on a global stage. Let's introduce Terdawn DeBoe.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself so everyone knows who you are.
So I am Terdawn DeBoe. I am a business strategist. I am an AI educator. I am an AI implementation specialist, and
Nice.
I also am a media contributor for Business Insider.
Wow. Okay. So much more than I had to say. So as a creative and strategist, what roles does branding play in building economic ecosystems like Black Wall Street?
The role that brand development plays in building Wall Street, I would say, would be the positioning. If people don't know who you are, what you do, and you aren't able to articulate your value through your brand,
Gotcha.
then it's going to be hard to command the price that you're asking for when it comes to your products or your services. So brand is important because it's your promise. It's your promise of who you are and what you are promising that you're going to do, and you following through with that promise. And it also is the way that you want people to feel when they interact with you.
Okay.
And it's also the way that you're positioned, so the way that your message is perceived. So if it's not clear what your brand does, then your brand is unclear. And a lot of times when people are not clear, or they're confused on your brand message, they won't make a decision to go with you. They'll go with someone else that is clear.
Oh, okay. So that means I have to put my Instagram page up now. The next question would be, what mistakes do Black-owned businesses often make when positioning themselves for growth?
I would say that the biggest mistake that I've seen after working with hundreds of businesses with their brands is not being clear.
Just
having multiple, and there's nothing wrong with having multiple passions and having multiple ideas, but when it's not clear like what you want to be known for, then it's hard for people to really know, like, and trust your brand.
Okay.
And then when you don't have that, and then when you're not collecting what I call currency, which is testimonials, if people are not able to see the proof of you being able to do what you say that you do, then that's another mistake that I see people make, is they want to come out the gate and they want to charge a lot of money for what they do, but they have no proof that this is what they can actually do. And then also they're not able to articulate in just a sentence or three what they do and what they want to be known for. And so I would say spending the time to know how you can have your power positioning statement, like I help entrepreneurs XYZ, and it being clear, that's going to be important. And I think that's the biggest mistake that I see people make.
Okay. So this would be like finding your niche. This is me knowing that, for example, I want to teach financial literacy to my community so that we understand how money works, how we can make it work, how we don't have to be check to check. So that's my niche. And then branding that would be me positioning it where people can see it, and then having testimonials of I'm actually doing this thing. I'm not just having a conversation and talking, but I'm actually putting to work what my system is, and this is how it's affecting other people. So those are some like key points I know I struggle with myself, because I do a lot of things, but I never collect testimonials, and I never say, like, word of mouth is how I guess I survived mostly, but I want to expand. So it's like those will be the things that we can do as a business to expand, is to make sure we have our brand. So when we're thinking about the brand, does it have to just be social media, or are we also thinking about like websites, apps, things like that?
So no, I actually haven't posted on social media in 3 years, but I still have authority in what I do, and I still have consistent clientele because I network with people, and because I build relationships with people, and because I use things like writing for publications, getting plugged into local organizations and associations. I do a lot of relationship building outside of social media. And also I articulate well what I do so that I'm known for it, so that when people think of me, top of mind for whatever it is that they want to achieve, because I have track records, when they reach out like, hey, can you do this? I'm like, yes. And here's 3 testimonials that show you that I know that I'm doing.
Okay. I like that strategy. So how do you personally align your gifts with the bigger mission of legacy and community building?
How do I align my gifts? I would say my gift is being able to really see to the heart of people. I don't really, yes, I use words, but I really speak more energy than anything.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I'm able to connect with a lot of people, and a lot of people come to me because they trust me with whatever it is that they want to work on, whether it's personal and I'm helping them holistically become plant-based or detox, or help with their mindset, or maybe they have a
That's another business, guys. Y'all heard that? It's like I'm trying to keep track.
So helping them with limited beliefs, but then when they see that I actually care, and that I actually show up, and that I actually do support, and it's not just for show or for social media, then it allows the relationships to be deeper, and it allows the relationships to be stronger. And then when I ask people for things, which isn't that often, but when I do, they are more than happy to show up for me.
Okay. So like just building that bond, being relational, I guess, with others. Their gift sounds like the gift of discerning and then insight, right? You're able to connect with people. One thing in our community. Oh, I'm sorry.
And not to cut you off, I apologize, but I would say too, is a lot of people lead with ego.
Yes.
But I choose to lead with humility.
Yeah.
Like I'm not afraid to ask for help. I'm not afraid when I don't know something to try to find out something. If I make a mistake, and I've made a lot of mistakes in business, I will go and say, you know what? I messed up. So how can I correct this energy? And people value that more than they do putting on a show, or putting on an ego, or putting on a pretentious attitude when it comes to relationship building.
And that's exactly what I was about to hit on, because a lot of us, definitely in our community, is we have huge egos, and we don't understand that if we have a business, it's a service. So we're called to serve others. You can't just come in and say, okay, I can do this business, I can do this thing. Stop everything you know and listen to me. And if you don't buy my way or go my way, then I can't help you, or I can't, or if you don't have this, it doesn't really work like that. We are still human to human. So we should treat each other with the same kindness we want for ourselves. And that's, I think, one of our biggest flaws. So thank you for that.
Yeah. And I would also add to that is that I only work with people that I know that I can help.
Yeah. That's big.
I don't just take money from anyone, because I understand that money is also energy.
Yeah.
And so understanding that, okay, if I know that I can help someone and I know that I can get them results, I take on everyone that I work with. I take on their business as if it was my own business that I'm working with.
Exactly.
And so I think that also makes a difference with relationship building, because when people don't care what you know until they know that you care.
Exactly. Exactly. We got to put that on a t-shirt. So AI is changing the way of businesses, growth and market. How do you see AI helping Black-owned businesses compete at a higher level?
I would say when paired with the right frameworks and the right knowledge to know what to prompt, it actually levels the playing field. Here's one key. A lot of people don't realize that you literally, with AI, have access to some of the smartest frameworks that there is. So something, and I'll give everybody some game real quick.
Get the pins. She's dropping gems.
So something that I use when I'm building out a business strategy is I'll say, use Harvard Business School's frameworks. Give me a list of those, and then we're going to apply each of those frameworks to my business idea.
There you go.
And so that right there always changes the game on what it is that I'm working through, because now I've taken Harvard Business School's frameworks that they actually teach to this day that have put people at the top of the business game, and I apply it to my business idea so that I'm able to actually see it from a higher viewpoint. And I'm able to actually see what the gaps are. I'm able to see why it could fail. I'm able to see like the threats, and I'm able to see also the opportunities. I'm able to see all of those things. And then also with ChatGPT upgrading to include deep research, you're able to have literally something that allows you to be able to research on a deep level and apply that to now your business idea. And so I would say it really helps to even the playing field. And then also it allows you to be able to, for a client, I just helped a client code a budget calculator, 250 lines of code in 15 minutes.
There you go.
And then I was able to embed it in her site for her event this weekend. But maybe a year ago, I would have had to pay someone $2,500, and I would have had to know how to code to get it done. And now I just need to know how to prompt, have enough knowledge to know what to prompt and how to train the AI to be able to do that for me.
Awesome. We currently use AI in a few things that we do, and it has literally, I went from 35% success rates to 100% success rates in proposals, in writing, and in connecting with different clients on the level that I can connect with them with. So AI, guys, call Terdawn. So what are some practical ways creatives can integrate AI tools into branding, content, or strategy without losing their personal touch?
So I would say utilize the tools that are out now. Canva is really good when it comes to being able to design. So when we're talking about branding, but to be able to ideate an idea, I would say ChatGPT is also good, but also another one that a lot of people don't use is Ideogram. Ideogram is really great with being able to help with the branding aspect of it. You could use Canva for generating logos. You can use ChatGPT. If you click on, most people don't know, just click on the little plus sign and then it'll give you the drop down, and you can click on images and it'll help you to create an image. But then, I went to graphic design school, but I see like how someone who hasn't gone to graphic design school can easily take something that is generated in ChatGPT, take it over to Canva, clean it up, or play around with different variations of it to get that going. And then I just had an idea for a business a couple of weeks ago, and I had a whole logo and I had a whole brand board. And a brand board just means it's the thumbprint of your business. So it's your logo, it's your hex numbers, like the colors, it's the typography that you'll be using, it is the overall feel of the brand all in one board. And so I was able to do that with ChatGPT. And so being able to create a brand or even just ideate about a brand is easier than it's ever been before. But then when it comes to the graphics, or when it comes to the marketing aspect, using that, I would say when it comes to copywriting, I'm not talking about copywriting as in your material, like how you copyright a book or a song.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, copywriting as in the sales copy that goes on your landing pages, your websites, all of your marketing material. Claude AI. I love Claude AI for that. I use that for a lot of, I was able to just sit in on a talk from one of my clients yesterday. And because I used one AI tool to transcribe the whole talk, by this morning we had a whole 14 chapter book.
Yeah.
And so it's using those tools to your advantage to be able to know how to brand, how to market, how to take what you're doing and be able to generate it quickly. To generate it a lot more quickly than you would have been able to do a year or 2 or 3 ago.
Right.
And then you're able to now move with more speed because a lot of people take in a lot of knowledge, or they'll use things and they'll study a lot of things. But then when it comes to the execution, they procrastinate or drag their feet. Now with AI, we don't have a reason to procrastinate or drag our feet. We can actually test things out a lot more quickly and get the proof of concept a lot more quickly.
Okay. And so just to go back real quick. So you said you went to school for graphic design.
Yeah.
Right. So if you had all of the AI tools that you have now, then prior to going to school, she said, duh, the answer is obvious. But no, just for some of us, because it's a lot of pushback in certain areas with AI where we have some feeling like, oh, well, you're just telling your AI to do it. But as you just stated, whether you have the knowledge, you have to be knowledgeable enough to feed the AI to get what you're trying to get. Mm-hmm. So knowing what it took in graphic design school and all of the knowledge gained there for someone like me who didn't know that was a thing, would you say that just having enough of your idea, enough of your logo, enough of, I know I want to do this business, is that enough to feed into the right prompts of certain AI tools for me to create what took you years to learn?
I would say it's both. I would say it's this and that. I would say to have a working knowledge for me, like even for anything that I do, I have a working knowledge of everything. Like even if I know I'm going to hire someone to come in and help me, like I'll do all of the jobs and then I'll just start firing myself from each of the jobs. But I know how to do it so that when I hire someone,
what's going on?
I know exactly what's going on. They can't get over it. And it's the same thing with AI. You want to have a working knowledge and be able to speak the language of the thing that you're trying to prompt it to do. Because if you don't really, the more generic your knowledge set, the more generic the output is going to be with AI. But the more specific that you are, mm-hmm. the more specific the output is going to be, and the higher quality it is that you'll get back from it.
Okay. So we still got to do some research, y'all. AI ain't taking over yet. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm not right. This is what I'm looking for here. Okay. No, I don't have it. So we had a final question. Can we pause real quick? I left a paper. We got some call backs. So I have been going over like your new bio to make sure I align the questions to go specifically.
Okay.
Wait. Okay. So forgive me, guys. Okay. All right. So I have 2 more questions for you.
Okay.
And they're a bit of like call to action questions, where we can kind of help our viewers now, just even if it's the thought process of a starting point, if you will. So what's one practical step our audience can take this month to strengthen themselves financially and collectively?
Using AI or without AI?
Let's go, since our segment is AI, let's say with the AI.
Okay. So something that they can do financially to be able to strengthen what they're doing is go to annual credit report for free and download your credit, upload it into AI, ask AI to analyze your credit report and tell you all of the places that you can be able to strengthen and get to a certain score by a certain amount of time, and then allow it to give you the blueprint on that. And then if you have something in that you're using for budgeting, you can also upload that and also let it know what your goals are, so that then it can help you to create a budget and a wealth plan based on what you're already doing. It could tell you what to eliminate. It could tell you what to add in, and it can give you a game plan for that. Now, if your goal is to just make more money, then I would say you upload your skill set, you upload what it is that you're looking to do, and then you say, act as if you are the top strategist for a Fortune 500 company, and give me a strategy that will help me get to $1 million within the next year with this particular idea. And then you give it the idea.
Amen. Okay. So if you had one sentence to spark a new era of Black Wall Street, what would it be?
If I had one sentence to spark a new era of Wall Street, what would it be? One sentence to spark a new era of Wall Street. I would go back to the old school saying that you go fast alone, but you go further together.
Iron sharpens iron. That's what the big book tells us. Okay, so thank you for your time today. I appreciate it. I don't know how to close, so yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Monetary Exchange, where we leverage relationships, establish connections, build businesses, and focus on financial literacy. Yes, this is the Monetary Exchange. Stay tuned. The next one, be bigger and better than ever. I am your host, Cameron Woods, and this is the Monetary Exchange. Till next time.